Hey, it's SLVRDLLR, back with another Life of Pixel speedrun. This time we are on the Atari 2600. So we got these 8 levels here, and we are back in beautiful color. So yeah, as that little thing there that I skipped said, Atari was, this one was out in 1977, so 8 years before the 8-bit Nintendo, which I feel like everyone's also forgetting about. But yeah, this was definitely one of the pioneer systems. And I think there was that news story this year or last year about them finding a bunch of cartridges in New Mexico in a dump. I guess the console was doing pretty bad at a certain time, and for whatever reason they dumped a bunch of cartridges. So there was some rumor that there was 700,000 cartridges there. And they did an excavation, and I think only ended up finding about 1,300. So a bit of a flop. I think they're making a documentary about it. So hopefully it didn't ruin the climax there. So these levels weren't too bad. They were a little bit easier actually overall than that first batch on the ZX81, but they weren't bad. There's definitely some room on these ones that I could speed things up a little too. They did put more monsters, I think, in. So that's what made them a little bit trickier. I think most of the levels I end up losing a heart or so, just ramming through an enemy. But I'm pretty sure I ended up doing less turns, on these levels, even though I think overall, on average, they're probably a little bit longer than that first batch. Like, yeah, this is just a ton of monsters, but still, they still weren't overly hard, because you could just kind of ram through everything, so it didn't matter a whole lot. I'm trying to think which ones were really, really hard. This one wasn't too bad. It was just kept hitting those stupid spikes all the time, though. That was the only problem with them. And the monsters, yeah, only 3 on this one, so it wasn't too bad. There's still, some of the levels have these little secret areas, so you end up, the worst is if you go down that pile and one of the bricks is still covered up. Yeah, there are little secret areas that you accidentally fall into, which are a bit of a pain when you're trying to speedrun stuff. This one was pretty fun, actually. I think this was the hardest one, because you had to do a little bit of the double jumping, and the guy jumps, like, he jumps higher or lower depending on where you do your double jump. So yeah, here are the scores or the times for this last round. Again, like, only hundredths of a second above that 999 guy for most of them. That one 2 seconds. That wasn't too bad. So some of them, yeah, they're so tight. They were pretty hard. They were pretty frustrating to try and get some of them. All right, that's all. So yeah, get the game and knock me off here, please. Thank you. Check it out. Life of Pixel, SLVRDLLR.